What is up, everybody? Jarhead here with the Hollow Point Gaming Team. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to part 2 of the episode 8 Let's Play Farming Simulator 25. We're going to continue with the mods that we were using in servers, so go get your drinks, your snacks. We'll get started. 2, 1. Alrighty, guys, we got Billy here with us. We're going to start with the first mod on our list today, the feed mixing plants from DS Power. These little factories are pretty handy. You'll locate them here in your construction and then in factories. You'll have to scroll down until you find either the feed mixing cows or the feed mixing pigs. It says takes goods and transforms them into different products. These will run you $3,500. Easy to place down on your property. We'll go into what they actually take to operate. So we got the pig. We got one over on Tony's for the pigs, and we've got one here on Mayhem's for the pigs. Canola input, corn input, potatoes, and wheat input to output the pig food. I don't know. I don't know how much of a difference that makes. Tony and Mayhem are both using them, so
Well,
see
what
see
I
what they
know,
got in here.
yeah, so what I know so far is like we make TMR for our cattle, there was not an item in the game to do. So it wants you to get 100% health. You have to mix, you had to pre-mix, or not pre-mix, you had to pre-mix everything by hand to make it to where they could get total perfect health. So if you've watched our videos in the past, we had the TMR machine over at the cow barns where you put a certain amount of the items that it needs to make a pig TMR, we'll call it, a certain amount of this particular kind, and then particular, I think there's some corn in it, and whatever it takes and it put all of it in this machine, and it's much like a TMR mixer, but it's for pigs. So you put all the items that you need to make I'm going to call it, and I'm doing this with quotations in the air, folks, pig TMR. You put all that in that machine, it mixes it all together, and it's supposed to come out mixed, and it's supposed to help with the health of your piggies. So if you look,
And he's got it set on distributing too. So that's
okay,
automatically throwing it into the Scott and Sons piggery here.
yep. And that way, if you're got a big operation like we got, you don't have to come over if it goes empty and so forth. It will distribute. That goes back to, like we've talked to y'all in the past about productions. So we like I say, we do a lot of productions here on this farm. Um, 'Cause that's honestly, folks, that's how you make the most money. So he's distributing it to make his pigs 100% healthy. That's the only way you're going to get it, is to be basically, like I said, quotations in the air here, pig TMR. Now you should be familiar, if you played the game at all, about TMR for the cattle. Basically, take that idea and put it into that machine. It just makes TMR for the
It seems
piggies.
pretty
I
useful.
don't know.
I don't deal
Yeah.
with animals, so it
Oh,
seems pretty useful.
it's 100% useful, because what you were originally having to do is take the if you're wanting 100% health on the animals, you were having to take a mixing wagon, and if you had the time, put this proportion of this type of grain in there. You
All
had to put
these say
another kind of
zero.
portion. Yeah. So I mean, it helps you a lot if you're looking to do animals. It pre-mixes it. You ain't got to worry about all that other stuff having to mix it. So it's a great mod.
That's good enough for me. Let's go on to the next one.
On to the next.
All right, guys. The next mod on our list we're going to talk about is one of the newer mods this week from the Farming Simulator 25 mod hub. Do you guys have those production spots that have the drop zones inside the building, and just it's extremely hard to get in there and get the pallets out? Well, this week on the mod hub, the modders have outdid themselves. We are talking about the JCB Teletruck. This is from Ross in Mods. We'll go ahead and locate that real quick. Oh, it's not Lizard. Let's see, JCB. You have the Industrial Pro and the electric. The one we are using is the electric. This thing will run you $54,000. You can do forks, you can do skid steer attachers, which are no cost. You can, for some reason, they allow you to put the UK flag on there. I don't know if this is a UK vehicle or not, but either or, if you like to support the British chaps, this thing will run you $54,000, and yeah, you can run right up. Let's go ahead and why not? You can get
I
in
think the
here.
advantage is with this thing, and when you get it back out, we'll look at it right fast. But I think this one actually serves like a fork truck, but I think it has it got a telescopic boom on it that goes out, or is it just smaller? I haven't got to play with this one much and fool with it and get the feel for it yet. So y'all are pretty much yeah,
Yes, it's got
learning as
the
we're learning.
telescopic. Same as just any other little forklift. Wheel it on out. Set it over here on the side for Mr. Tony to deal with. We're just showing his stuff off. We'll let Tony talk about the sheep barn a little later. But this is his baby. Again, this is one of the newer mods this week from the FS25 mod hub. So again, if you guys have those production spots that are just a little hard to get to, this is going to be your ticket right here. Easy in, easy out. We did have the liftable pallets. We tried that mod for the server that we're on. I don't know if you're using it on your single player. It probably works a little bit better on your single player, but we had a lot of issues with that mod. So we ultimately made the decision as a group to stop using the liftable pallets mod, and we've been doing everything with pallets by hand. So I will say that this little Teletruck right here is an absolute amazing mod to be able to go into the small little places and get your pallets out and then come on out.
Yeah, I think the real benefit of this, and speaking like you were, I think the super benefit is you've got two types of vehicle in. You've got just a fork truck like you were talking about, and then you also have a telehandler. So a telehandler, the boom expands, so you can kind of be setting back. You can leave your machine setting here, and the forks will expand probably to about right here. I don't know exactly the distance, but that benefits you a lot. Also, like you were saying, in that barn. So this is basically two vehicles in one in a small package. So I agree. I think it's going to be a great benefit to the farm. So um, that's really all I got about it. Uh,
That's all I
can't
got.
give you no pros and cons because not really used it much. So, but I
Uh,
think it's going to be a great little vehicle.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. If you've got loading zones that are in hard to reach area, I mean, if you've got a super large tractor, or instead of having to spend, let's see, let's look at a small tractor. Um, you're looking at this one, the 39,000 will get you in the door. But I mean, if you're trying to go a little bit, more horsepower for a small tractor, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money, and then you'll have to
Well,
do everything to add everything.
not
You got front loaders. I don't.
yeah.
I mean, the Schaefer. I mean, that's probably one of your smaller ones to get in there. You got the Kubota, which is a lot larger. Um, those are just on your front loaders. I'm trying to
Well,
find just telehandlers.
if you figure that technically you got two vehicles in one here, you got a telehandler and also a fork truck. Just by buying a small tractor like you were talking about, you're still going to have to buy the arms.
Yeah,
You're going to have
yeah,
to
you
buy
will.
the attachments to go on the arms. You're going to have to
So
buy probably a weight to go on the back of it to keep it from flipping forward.
we'll
I
do
mean,
the we'll
so
do the
really
cheap
for your
one.
money,
Actually, you can't even do that. Like, if you're doing a full engine upgrade just on the little one, uh, you can't even put the arm extension on the small tractor.
oh, so you probably go the next up.
Okay, the next one up is still a small tractor. This is the uh Zeter, Zeter or Leader.
Yeah, yeah.
This one's gonna be 60,000. Let's do a full engine upgrade. Uh, we don't want wide tires. We want narrow tires.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do wheel weights. Got the front loader attachment. The Howers, the Howard. Yeah, that one looks better. So just getting the Howard, just the front loader attacher, not even purchasing not even purchasing the front loader attachments or anything like that. Just adding the attacher, getting a wheel weight, and getting full engine upgrade. Which you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but even with no engine upgrade whatsoever, this piece of equipment is $64,000.
So
As
you're already
to
saving
as to the
50.
JCB, if you're using just this, and say we want to add just forks to the JCB, you're saving $20,000, and
Right.
that's not even, you're not getting charged. You're not getting charged for adding paint. They're not going to charge you for taking off the UK flag or putting it on. You color it up however you want. We like the pink and we like the cyan, but overall, you're saving money to be able to handle your workload in your productions.
Yeah. So I
So,
mean, for your bang for your buck, this is, and technically, speaking of that, you just upgraded a tractor. A tractor don't have a telescopic arm on
yeah, sure.
it. It can't go out here. So you're getting basically two vehicles for 55,000, right?
This one 40. The gas one 48,000, and then the electric is 54,000.
Okay, so you're getting basically, we'll say electric because it's the electric. The gas is cheaper. The electric's always going to be a little bit more. You're getting two vehicles, and you said the attachments were free or cheap or
Yeah, the attachments are totally free. Um, and
yeah,
say you do get the JCB, and you say, okay, I want when you originally get the JCB, you want forks. So you can put forks and you can put a skid steer attacher. You will have to purchase some of the skid steer, like the buckets and whatnot like that. You can put buckets on this. Um, but anytime you want to change the forks out for the skid steer attacher, it won't cost you anything to run this thing to the shop, change the attacher out, and do what you need, or put your bucket on, or you got a little bit more money to spend. You need both. Buy two.
well, and the thing is now we originally went from replacing a fork truck and getting a telehandler to now getting the adapter like you were talking about and now having basically a skid steer. So that's three different items in one.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm telling you, I feel like this is going to be a great big help. Great big help.
Well, I'm good with that.
All right. All right, man.
What do we
I'm
say?
ready to roll.
On to the next one.
On to the next.
Alrighty, guys, moving on to the next mod. The next mod on our list is going to be the Lizard SM72 and 82 plows. Whenever Farming Simulator 25 first released, there was no straight plows. There was not a single straight plow. Thanks to the modding community, we finally got straight plows. When it originally came out, or when the mod originally started coming out for straight plows, we had the Lizard MT, and you could do a 6 meter, 9 meter, and 12 meter straight plows. The 12 meter would run you $2,100, but we upgraded. Got the Lizard SM72 and Lizard, it's the same pack, Lizard SM72 and 82 from Agro Tonho modding. With these, uh, this one is the 72 with a working width of 22 meters. The one we have hooked up right now is the high hitch. We do have an attacher on the back. I don't think you get charged for paints. We'll go ahead and paint it up how we normally do. With a 26-meter working width. And the reason for the attacher on the back, I should have probably told the price for that before I jumped off of it. High hitch and attacher, you're looking at $88,000 for the big one, the big 26-meter plow. The reason for the attacher on the back is if you are trying to move things around, Billy, I'm gonna run you over for a minute. If you are trying to maneuver things around on the farm, and you need, I say you got a field you need to go work on one night, and I know I need to bring my plow, I need to bring my mulcher. You can easily pull right up to it, hook up. You have the attacher already on, so pop this back into place here. And we do have the other mod here, the snuffle stick. We'll get into that mod a little later, but yeah. I'll pop this thing back down. Billy, you got anything you need to say about it?
Uh, excuse me. I've used it in 22. I love it. It's a great mod. I really don't have any my pros. It's just it works.
A
It's a
lot
little
faster.
wide, a lot faster, especially when you've got a lot of field to do. Now it is wide, even with it folded like that, it's still a wide machine. So what I found to do for me, and this goes for me, we'll get to a mod, or actually it's in the game. What I'll do is if I have the money, and this takes a little work to get it to do it, but it'll do it. Um, I like to take and put this on a step deck trailer. Now you can back it up to it with a step deck. It's just low enough that you have to force it just a little bit, but it will go on the trailer hooked to the tractor. And what I would do to be realistic is I would put the plow on the step deck.
Mm-hmm.
Step deck, folks. That word's evidently pretty hard for me. Step deck
Sally's Sea
and
Shed down by the
attach,
seashore.
yeah, and put the straps on it. Take it to where I need it to go because it is a wide piece of equipment. So I
Yeah.
would put it on the trailer, attach it to the trailer with the straps, go down to where we're going to work, back the tractor up to it, and it will come off of it. It takes a little finagling, but it will come off. And that's how I transported it. But I really don't have any cons to it other than being, and it's really nothing you
Massive.
could, there's nothing, yeah, you really can't fix that to get the
What I
length
would
that you
like to
need.
see is like potentially if it got folded, whenever it got folded, if the wheels could actually go back in a straight line potentially, and
Yeah.
like doing the harvester headers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you can actually hook up like right here on the side and maybe pull it long ways.
Oh, yeah, that would help. That would be a tremendous help if the modder can figure out how he wants to do that. Yeah,
If
that
it,
would help tremendously.
if it folded differently, like instead of folding it straight out, like the arms, instead of folding straight up and straight down here, if they could fold backwards like this, that would put those other wheels that are up here on the top, that would put those on the back side, and you'd have your wheels on this side. That would be a pretty easy hookup.
Or just figuring out some way that he could rotate these wheels. Now they rotate up
Well,
and down.
they ain't no pull wheel. There ain't no wheels on this side of it. If you're gonna pull it long ways, there'd have to be
Yeah, that's
something
true.
back. There'd have to be something back here too.
That's true. That's true. Because it's
All right.
such a massive piece of equipment that it
Oh
would
yeah,
have
it
to
takes up
have
the
some
whole
way.
road.
Yeah, literally, both lanes, and then some of the curb if
Yeah,
you've got a curb. So, but that's for future. But it's as it sits. That's the way I transport it. Y'all can um,
you don't
maybe
want to know
figure out
how I
some other
transport it.
way. Yeah. So that's the way I transport it. Jarhead, he just drives it down the middle of the road. So to each their own. Not saying that's the wrong way. Not saying mine's the right way. But that's the way I found to do it, and try to make it realistic as I can.
Yep.
I
That's good
think
enough for
that's
me.
it
You
for it.
ready to go on to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
Alrighty, guys, that is that time of the video. We are going to go ahead and do the driver of the week. This week's driver of the week is again brought to you by none other than yours truly, Jaro Haydu. So a couple weeks ago, whenever we put the mod in for these new trucks, I stole Tony's truck and parked it on top of the Cooper down at the sawmill. Jumped it off of that said cliff up there and landed on the Cooper. He got kicked out of the game, and it took him a little while to find his truck, but we put it in the Discord, and everybody was having fun with it. How did you get that on top of the building? But that's it for this driver of the week. Appreciate you guys. Alrighty, guys, we're moving on to our last two mods. This is going to be a double whammy. Last two mods of the video. We're going to be showing off the Lizard TARDIS Harvester here by Oma Tana. And then we're also going to be showing off, told you guys I would, the Snuffle Stuck by MTL Modding Team. So, what we have found that this works really well with, the Snuffle Stick is also, you'll find it here in your mods. Any of the mods, you can find them here in your mods page, in your shop, in your shop menu. But the Snuffle Stick mod, you can change the wheels, you can change a couple things about it, you can color it, you can do a lot of things to it. But the big thing is that the Snuffle Stick is basically a hydraulic attachment. It's a hydraulic extension. So the best implement that I could think where it has done really well. I can hook it to my cotton harvester, and I can have my bale behind, or not the cotton harvester. I'm sorry. You could hook it to. Actually, you know what? I don't know if you can hook this to any of the. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
If you
what you
come up
can
with something, let us know in the comments. But one of the biggest things that we have been able to use it for is putting it with a harvester. No, we do not have a green head on this one. We just stole this from Mayhem's over here. Mayhem, I'm sorry, but we're going to show off the Lizard TARDIS with the Snuffle Stick. So with any harvester harvesting grain, you can enable your straw swath. So where you would be outputting your straw onto the ground. Let's go ahead and hop up in here and start everything up. So the top left, disable straw swath. The straw is already going to be coming out, and it comes out right here down on the bottom. And it will get put out in a straight row. So then we have a pickup wagon that is also attached to this. We turn the pickup wagon on. You can cycle through. You can go ahead and lower that arm, that pickup arm for the pickup wagon. You can lower it down. Then you can come back to your harvester. You can pop out. Right, we're already folded out. B will activate and turn on our harvester. And then we can lower. So ultimately, with this setup right here, with a grain head harvester, not a corn won't give you straw, you can be harvesting your equipment, or harvesting your yield, or crops, which would be wheat, barley, anything that lays out straw. The harvester will put the straw swath out. With the Snuffle Stick attached, you're able to hydraulically control and operate a pickup wagon behind. That's an all-in-one unit. Yeah, it looks funny, but being able to harvest and pick up straw at the same time, that's a time saver and a half.
Oh yeah, definitely, because if you didn't have the stick here, this would be two separate processes.
Yep.
So you would have to harvest it, offload the combine, then go and get a tractor, or have it would be a two person, and you're turning it into a one person. As he's harvesting the field, you've got another employee, AI, friend, whoever is having to pick up the straw. Now the straw goes into your cow barns, your pig barns, all those things, just to give you a little reference.
Yep.
For your bedding and also for your TMR for the cattle. It also goes to the pigs for your bedding. So
And
this can be
you were saying the
a
snuffle
lot.
stick, it does have the fifth wheel attachment as well.
It does have the fifth wheel. So if you are making chaff and you are needing to pull a semi trailer behind your machine that makes chaff out of corn, you can attach you can attach a big truck trailer, either the 3-in-1 or another type of grain trailer, to the back of this while owning it for a big truck, and it will spit out through the pipe either into the back. Oh yeah, so it'll spit out from the pipe of the harvester that does chaff into the back of that trailer. So it does both your hitch version with the PTO. It's got a PTO attachment right here, or just a big truck. You could do as far as attaching this to another tractor and then attaching it like a dolly to that tractor trailer, and you could be driving beside whoever's doing, whatever item you're needing to harvest, and put it right off into that big truck trailer without having to worry about your big truck getting stuck. So it's a great tool, especially for your crop pickup if you're doing the sloth deal where you're wanting it to come and lay in a straight line on the ground. You're killing if you're by yourself, you are killing two processes in one. So it's a great benefit. So there's a trailer hitch here with along with a 3-point hitch. So you can do the 3-point, and then you can do a big truck trailer. So show them here. It's got a 3-point hitch, jarhead. It's got a trailer hitch, and then not only that, you can do a big truck trailer. Yep. So, especially if you're by yourself, great tool. Great tool. Have nothing bad to say about it.
Yep, you can hook a. So say, also, I remember doing this whenever I was still one tractor operation.
Right.
So what I would do is like my flatbed trailer or whatever I needed, my semi trailer hauling around all of my product to go sell and whatnot. I would actually leave this hooked to my trailer, and it acts as a dolly that I can just hook my tractor to, and not actually having to have a semi to
Actually
pull
pull
my
it.
trailer. I could use my tractor to pull my trailer, or to pull my actual
Okay.
semi trailer.
So look at this also then in that case, like you were talking about. So this is basically, and I don't know if you've seen them. You can see them. They're part of the game. It's called a dolly. Okay, if you've ever used a dolly in the game. So this is a dolly with a fifth wheel attachment, with a 3-point attachment, along with a ball hitch attachment. So this will literally attach to most everything that you need it to attach to.
Yep.
I mean, if
And then
you,
it'll attach to your tractor.
yeah. So I mean, even in the not, I don't know why you would do this, but let's say you put a planter back here. That planter should attach to it. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them it should attach to. I don't know why you would do that because you would attach it straight to the tractor, but anything's possible. And you could do, I mean, this would
If
be a little far fetched, but you
best
could.
way that that's why we've been using it mostly with the harvesters, because the
Mm-hmm.
harvester is outputting something, and you can use this as a bridge
Mm-hmm.
to get to your pickup wagon. But I'm good with the snuffle stick. I like it. It
Yeah.
not only is it a very value, or well, I mean it's $9,000. It's not a lot of money. really isn't. If you want to just use it for a dolly, use it for a dolly. If you want to use it in between your harvester and your pickup wagon, do that. If you can think of any other reasons, let us know in the comments. But let's
Yeah,
move over here to the
I mean,
TARDIS.
just one thing. You could even hook it to your pickup truck,
Yeah, yeah.
and you could seed with this as long as
I
it
wonder
hooks
how
to your
fast you
3
can move.
point.
I wonder how fast you can see.
I don't know. I don't know.
That'd be
But I
interesting.
mean, I wouldn't do that. But somebody out there may not be able. So, Lord, you're just getting started. You're doing contracts. You have the the snuffle stick or whatever it's called. I just call it the stick. And you can't. You all he has a pickup. I mean, anything's possible with it. Really, I'm being honest. So, but let's move on to the TARDIS.
All right, so the lizard TARDIS. Let's go to brands. Down to lizard, and we're looking for. There's the snuffle stick. The TARDIS Combine Harvester. So with the we've got a bunch of this all is one pack, really. The Lizard TARDIS. So you have the main reason that we really wanted it was this pickup wagon, the TARDIS trailer. We'll get into we'll show that off and get into it later. That thing is amazing. It you can do so many fields and that thing never gets full. Has a regular water trailer um, with a very increased storage. Um, Another just regular, just grain trailer with greatly increased storage. Tandem trailer.
Touch on that base just for a second. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're fine.
Now, if you're playing it IRL or in real life or trying to keep it as real life as possible, those trailers also can be limited to a certain amount. So they're not just one thing. They are, you can keep it IRL as much as you keep it. But it also has that capacity, like Jarhead said, to be basically unlimited. You can put as much as you want to. But if you like them, now I reckon they move pretty fast. I personally have not used them because I'm on a pretty hill. My farm's on some hills, so I have another kind of harvester. But from what I understand, listening to Tony and Jarhead talk, they're they're fast. So
Yeah, if you hook your green, if you, so you've got the normal header, the TARDIS green header. It is part of the mod, and you can connect any of the other already in-game harvester heads to it. Um, but if you're wanting the fast, It's the same price on the corn header. It's $5,000 more, but you're working with the 6 meters. And with the slow one, your working speed is 6 miles an hour. But with the fast one, you can harvest at full speed. You can harvest at 15 miles an hour. The all of the heads for the grain 20,000. You got the corn headers, and then you also do have the poplar headers. All those 40,000. And then the TARDIS Combine itself, full engine upgrade. Don't really matter on the wheels, can't change the wheel setup, and you can change the capacity of your holding tank. Then I don't think you get charged for you don't get charged for a paint job. This will run you $114,500.
but
But yeah,
for a harvester, okay, if you're starting out, even if you want to play it IRL, you don't want none of this other stuff that makes it do 15 mile an hour harvesting. You just needing a harvester. for $114,000, folks. I sound like a car salesman. But for $114,000, you can have a good harvester. If you look in the mod hubs
Yeah.
at their comparison,
Even
now
like even just looking at the combine harvesters, not looking at forage harvesters, looking at combine harvesters. The cheapest one, the Massey Ferguson MF 8570, don't really matter what you change up without putting a head on here. It's 104,000, and you can see the difference in how many liters it can hold and how many horsepower it has. This one has 250 horsepower. We'll go back to the. Let's go back to it. This one also has 250 horsepower, but has 8,000 liters. But you are capable of changing the capacity with this mod. So going from base normal capacity 8,000 to 200,000 liters. That's insane. And you're able to put the modded header on the front, the fast speed header. Yeah, it's a time saver. It's a great money saver to get you in if you're needing a nice decent harvester. I feel like I feel like it's a really good mod. The only thing I would like to see is a bigger header. But I get it.
well,
I understand it because it is a smaller harvester. It is a smaller machine.
right,
I get it. I
right.
understand it. But imagine like a 15-meter fast
Oh, yeah,
header. you know,
yeah,
cooking.
exactly. Cooking. Taking like Tony's 40 now you wouldn't use this machine, you'd use a cotton harvester. But imagine if you planned something else in the cotton field that's 40 acres, doing 15 mile an hour with a 15-meter head on it. Could you imagine that 40 acres would
Oh
be
yeah,
nothing,
that would be no, that would be
So,
nothing. Well, I'm gonna pull this thing back over to Mayhem's and get this place cleaned up a little bit.
but folks, if you like our content and you're enjoying our content, hit like and share on our little button there. I think that's what it is, and then leave us a comment. I don't care if it's just hi. Let us know. If you want to see something in particular that we might have, we'll look and see if we have it. If you're having trouble with anything, having trouble with a mod, send us send us a message. Um, we're here to help you all, and so anything we can do to help you all, we'll try to do for you. Yeah, we'll do the best we can, and if we can't figure it out, then we'll figure it out. If we don't know, we'll figure it out and do the best we can. But leave us a like, leave us a comment, leave us some. You know, we do this for you all. Try to help you play the game,
It's
enjoy the
like this.
game
It's
more.
like the song says, Billy. Grow together, harvest together.
That's right. That's right. So we hope you enjoy it. Let us know send us a little comment. Don't have to be much. Hi, you guys are good, and just let us know that what you all think. So we're wanting to do better. We're wanting uh, to make better content, and we can't do that without you guys. So uh, we need a little help. Uh, Tell us what you'd like to see. We're here for you all.
I
Anything
couldn't
we
have.
can do to help.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. So leave us a lot. Like I said, one more time, leave us a like, leave us a comment. Uh, we do it for you. If you got any questions, please feel free to. We're a bunch of pretty cool dudes. We'll try to help you. But anyway,
I'm a
I
pretty
think
cool
that's
dude.
it
I
for
don't know about
tonight,
the
ain't it?
rest of you guys.
Yeah,
That's it for me.
yeah.
Ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right,
we'll
guys.
see
We'll
you
see
on
you
the
the
next
next
one.
time.